Hello everyone, welcome back to the new session of Python coding interview question and their solution. If you are preparing for interview, either fresher or experienced, then this video is perfect for you. I will discuss how to tackle the question along with the different solution of every question. Also, as a Python developer, you must know the answer of these questions. So I appeal you to watch this video till the end to understand each and every line of code and their use. Before I start, if you first time visit the channel, then do subscribe and press the notification bell icon to get the latest update on this topic. So let us start the discussion. In this session, I'll discuss these 5 questions which may be asked you in your L1 and L2 round. So these are the questions. Let's say first question is Python program to find occurrences of character in a string. That may be list occurrences, specific character occurrences in the given string. Second question is Python program to find a missing number in a given list. Then third one is Python program to compress a string. So given string we can compress and will print a sequence of certain pattern in this question. Fourth one is write a program to print the duplicates present in the list. And the last one is Python program to find a pair of element with the given list. So let us start the discussion from the question number 1. So this is the first question, Python program to find occurrences of character in a given string. Suppose a certain string is given, let's say Python code is given as a certain string, and we have to find out the occurrences of every character in the given string, then minimum occurrences of a particular character as well as the specific character occurrence present in the given string. So this is the input and output we are looking from this program. So how to tackle this question? There are different approaches were there. The first approach is use the data structure dictionary and a minimum function so that we'll get an expected outcome. Second approach to solve this problem is using collection package with the counter method. So we'll see one by one how to solve that problem. So first approach, as I said, use the data structure dictionary and a minimum function. Let it be a given string, hello is given. We have to find out the occurrences of every character in the given string. Then if user asks the minimum occurrences of individual character, then also we can print it. Or if user provide a certain character and we have to find out the occurrences, then also we can do that. So these are the algorithmic steps that we have to follow to solve this approach. The first step is accept the input string from a user. We have to read a string. Then initialize the empty dictionary which hold the key and values. Then iterate all the character using the control structure loop. So we have to iterate one by one all the character of the given string and maintain the count inside the dictionary. Every iteration will add the character in a dictionary and maintain the count. Then once we get all the count of characters, then we apply the mean function to get the less occurrences of character in the given string. And finally we are going to print the output. So this is the first approach. Now we'll see this approach through the coding. We'll write a code to solve this problem. So here we'll write a function def list occurrence of the particular character. So for that I'll pass a certain string in the function. Inside the function, as I said in the step number 1 in the algorithm, we have to write a dictionary. So this is my ch as an empty dictionary which will hold the key and values. We have to iterate a complete string. So we are going to use a for I in s. So what are the character in that string, it will be iterated. Then if I in a given dictionary, if that content of the character is already in the dictionary, then we'll just increment the value. ch of I is equal to ch of I plus 1. So we'll increment value by 1. If it is not present, then we'll assign value 1 to the respective character. And finally, after that loop, we are going to print the occurrences of every character. So just I execute this program. As I said, input is hello. So I'm going to take a string 1 is equal to hello. And we have to find out the occurrences of individual character. So we call the function that is list occurrences of this given string 1. Now this is the complete code of finding the occurrences. Still we are not finding the minimum occurrences. We'll just print the individual occurrences of character in the given string. So once the code is complete, I am going to execute the code. Here I'll get the output. H is having 1 occurrences, E is having 1 occurrence, L is having 2 occurrences, and O is having 1 occurrence. So now I want to print the minimum occurrences in the given string. So the first minimum occurrences of H is there, and that is 1. So we are going to print that minimum occurrences. So I want to print minimum occurrences. So how we can do that? So by using minimum method, in that we have to pass a two parameter, that is a dictionary, and from that dictionary we have to pick the key value, that is key is equal to ch.get, so that we'll get the minimum occurrences in the given string. So we'll again save the code and we'll execute it. We will find the occurrences of h is minimum, and that is going to be print. In this way we are going to print the minimum occurrences in the given string. Similarly, you can enter a specific character and we can maintain the count of that character so that we can get the solution. So this is the first approach. Now we will talk about the second approach. The same problem we can solve by using the second approach using collection package with the counter method. Again, the input is a string HELLO. The same operation that we have to carry out to find the minimum occurrences of character. So the steps were different in the algorithm. The first one is we have to import the collection package, then accept the input string from the user, use the inbuilt method counter to get the occurrences of character in the string, and then finally by using min method we can find out the minimum occurrences. If you want to find out the maximum occurrences, we can use the max method. If you want to find out minimum occurrences, we can use the minimum method, and finally we are going to show the output. This also we are going to implement through the coding. So as I said, first of all we have to import the package. So package name is collection. So package collections, and from that package we have to import the counter method. Then we have to read a string from the user. So as I said, we can again use the same string, that is hello. So this string will read from the user, either you can write it or you can take the input from user. Then we can use a counter method to preserve the result. The result is equal to counter of the given string. The result is preserved. Then that result will be updated with the minimum value. So by using min method we can use this result comma key is equal to, what sort of keys we require? We require a key of result dot get. Now with only 3 lines of code we will get the same outcome that we'll get in the first approach. So this code is get saved, and now I am going to execute it. You can find the h is going to be print, which is the minimum occurrence in the given string. So both the approaches will give you a same kind of result, but the way of implementation is different. So hope you understand that how to find out the minimum occurrences of the given string. So still if you have any doubt, you can write it in the comment section. So I'll give you more explanation of your doubt. So now we'll start with the problem number 2. So this is the second problem, Python program to find the missing number in an array. An array consists of certain numbers inside it, and we have to find out the missing number. So by using straightforward method we can achieve the solution, or by using summation. So by using geometric sum we can find it out the result, or straightforwardly we can find out the missing number. So we'll see one by one how to tackle the solution for this. So talking about the first approach by using very straightforward way, these are the certain numbers are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So looking in the list or by scanning the list, we understand that the 5 is missing in the list. So that is the outcome of my program. So how to solve this problem? We have an algorithm, accept the input from the user and make note that there should not be any duplicate in the array, and array should be sorted. Then we'll get the solution of this problem. Iterate the array from first to last index. So we'll iterate from first to last index of every element. Compare the array variable with the given array. If value is not present, then append the value into missing array and show the output. So one by one we'll scan a list, and whatever the element is missing we'll put it into the another array. So now we'll see this through the coding. Now we will solve the second problem with the first approach, very straightforward way. For that we'll write a function. Definition of that function is, let's say, missing number, and we are going to pass the array to the function. And inside the function I'll take the whatever the missing element is there in the given array that are going to be stored. It may be one or more. So we are going to iterate from every element of the array for I in a range, and that has been started from the very first index till the last index plus 1. Now we have put a condition inside it. If I not in array, so if that element not in array, we'll append it. So what is the missing element is there, that is going to be append, that is going to be append in the array. If it is already present, then we are not going to be add that element. So what I am going to print, I am going to print missing element array. So I'll call the function. Before that I need to use an array with the certain number 1 2 3 4 5 is missing, so 6 7 8. So expected outcome should be 5. So I'm just going to call the function is missing number, and I'm going to pass the array. So in this way I'm going to get a result of missing element in the array. I save the code and I'll execute it. You can find it that 5 is missing, and that is going to be printed. This is the one of the approach that we can very straightforwardly compare the element. I'll again explain what I did in the function. First of all, I just write a function. Inside that I will take the empty array and iterate that array till the last index, and I'll compare that element is there or not. If that element is not in the array, then we'll append it. If it is already there, we are not going to append that element which is missing. The same problem we can solve with a very simple method. So I'm not going to call this method, and just I'm going to explain in another way, straightforwardly, by using set method. So how we can do that? By using set method. So I just take the array of, let's say 1 2 3 4 6 7 8, and I'll write the missing element I'm searching in this particular set, or we can say an array. So I'm going to use a set as a method, and in that I have to iterate a range of every R element. So now it's an a of, let's say 0, and a of -1 plus 1, and subtract from the first set. So set inside that a, so it is going to be subtracted from the a, and we are going to just print the missing element. Then also we'll get a same result. I just save the code and execute it. You can find the result is getting same. Previously it was an array, now it is a set. So the same set we are going to pass inside the set method, and just compare the two set. What are the numbers missing, that are going to be print. So this is my first approach solution for the second problem. Now we'll move ahead for a second approach of this problem number 2. So approach number 2 is by using summation. So by using summation also we can solve this problem. So again we have to find out the missing number in the list or in array. 1 2 3 4 5 is missing, so that is going to be print. So in that case what we can do, accept the input from user. So we'll read this array from user. So second step is calculate the sum of total natural numbers in the array using n into n plus 1 by 2. So total number of array element in the given array is 7. So 7 into 7 plus 1, 8. So 8 into 7 is 56 by 2 is 28. So we know that the total number of addition is expected is 20. Then we'll iterate the array and calculate sum of element present in the array, like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. And whatever the addition we'll get, we'll subtract that from sum of the total of natural numbers, so that we'll get the missing number. Okay, so hope you understand at least an algorithm. We'll see this through the coding as well. So here also I write a function missing number. I want to find it out, and for that I'll pass array a, and I require a last element in the array, which is nothing but n is equal to a of last element minus 1. Once I get that, I'll find out the total. Then we'll find out the total. Total is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2, and then we'll print a sum is equal to sum of element. Sum is a method which will give the sum of that element which is inside the, otherwise we can iterate it through the for loop. and then what we'll do, we are going to print the result, that is a missing number. So my missing number is total minus sum, so that I'll get a result. So this is just a function that I write. For that purpose I need to write an array 1 2 3 4 6 7 8. So we know that 5 is missing, so we just call the function missing number and pass the array, and I'll save the code and execute it. Missing number is 5, so I just one more time execute it. So missing number is 5. So ultimately both the solutions are giving the same result. The approach is different but the result is same. So by using any one of the approach you can solve the particular problem. Now we will move ahead for the next problem, that is third problem is a Python program to compress a string. So let it be a given string is consists of some repetition of characters, like A is repeat 3 times, B is repeat 2 times, C is repeat 2 times, and D is repeat 3 times. And we want to calculate the consecutive occurrences of the particular character. So A is occur 3 times, B is occur 2 times, C is occur 2 times, D is occur 3 times. So we have to print the output like this. So we have to compress a string with the total number of occurrences also we have to include inside the string. So for that purpose, first of all we have to accept this string from a user, then initialize an empty new string where we can preserve this output, and initialize the count as a 1, which will be count the total number of occurrences of successive character inside the string. Then we'll iterate character from first to last index, and at the same time compare the successive character in the string, also maintain the count index of occurrences, and finally we'll print this output. So this is a simple approach to solve this problem. Now we'll see this solution through the coding. Now we'll solve this problem of compressing the string. Input is AABB CC 3 times D, and output is A2 B3 C2 D3. So for that purpose I'll write a function compress string. So I'm going to compress a string. S is my string, or what I can say, instead of S I'll write it's an original string. Original string, and updated string is empty, where I need to store the output. Also I have to maintain the count is equal to what are the number of occurrences. Initially I make the count is equal to 1. First of all I'll find out the length of this original string. Once I find out the length, I have to iterate for the n minus 1 times. What I'll do, I'll just compare the string if original string of I is equal to original string of I plus 1. So successive character I am going to compare whether it is equal. If it is equal, we need to just increment the count variable by 1. So count plus 1, occurrences will get increased. Else, but if it is not the case, what we can do, we can put it the result into updated string is equal to updated string plus we have to write the character of original string, that is ith character we are going to put it, and the total number of occurrences of that character. And finally again we'll have to set the count equal to 1 to count the other character count. But still if we iterate the loop n minus 1, that last character is remain. So after the for loop I just update the string for the last character plus is equal to original string of n minus 1 last character plus str of count, and finally we are going to print the original string and along with that updated string to verify the result. We call the method that is compress string, and here I am going to pass the string. The string is, let's say, A A B B C C D D and E likewise, and we are expecting the outcome. So I just save the code and I'll compile it. You can find the result that I'm getting. A is occurred 2 times, B is occurred 3 times, C is occurred 2 times, D is also occurred 2 times, and E is occurred 2 times. So hope you understand that how to compress the string of a successive character. Here I'll show another way that let it be I'll put a character A, which is not a successive character in this string. So we'll get the occurrences of character in a different way. So I'll just save the code and execute it. We'll get the occurrence of A 2 times. So successive occurrence of A is 2, successive occurrence B is 3, again successive occurrence of C is 2, occurrence of A is 1. So that is again maintained in the string. So we are going to compress the string. We are not finding the same occurrence of character everywhere in the string. We are not finding the substring. Here we have to find out the successive character in the string to compress the given string. So hope you understand this, how to tackle this problem. Now we'll move for the next problem. Now we'll start a fourth program, Python program to print the duplicate present in the list. As we know, list hold the heterogeneous kind of a data. It may consist of integer, character, or real time of a data. So we have to find it out, duplicates the data in the given list. To solve this problem, the approach is accept that input from the user, initialize empty list to store the duplicate element. So second list will hold all the duplicate data which is present in the original list. For that purpose, we have to iterate the first list from first index to last index, and we have to compare the element. If element is found more than once, then append into the new list, or we can say duplicate list, and finally we have to print the output. So this is the approach to solve this problem. So we'll see this through the coding. So this is the approach that we have been looking for this problem. So first of all, I'll took a one list. So let it be my L1 is equal to a list which consists of, let's say, 10, 20, 30, 40, 20, 20, 10, and then I'll put a one character kind of a data, let's say JP. So this is my list, consists of certain data, and now I'm going to write a function definition, and I have to find out the duplicate list, duplicate element in the list, and that list I'm going to pass in a function. So I'm going to take another list, that is the second list. So I'm going to use L2 which hold all the duplicates element in the original list. So we have to iterate that list for every element in the list that is in L1 that we have to be compared. L1 dot count of that element, let it be element, is greater than 1, then we have to append the duplicate list. So L2 dot append the element of the first list. So that is nothing but an element. So that is get updated. And finally I'm going to print my second list. So L2. So here I'm going to call the function duplicate element, and here I'm going to pass L1. Once I call the function, I'll save it and execute it. I'll get the output, but what happened, the output is giving me a duplicate element again and again in the list. So that I'm not looking. I just wanted to find it out duplicate element in the list which occurs once in the duplicate list. So what modification I need to write? Here we are iterating the list and we are finding the count is greater than 1, and that element should not be present in the list. So that element not in L2. Then and then append, otherwise don't append the element. Okay. So this modification we need to do, and then I'll again execute the code. So we can find now we are getting only the two elements 10 and 20 which is repeated in the list. This is the approach that we can find it out. So I hope you understand that how to find out the duplicate element in the list. Still, if you have any doubt, you can write it in the comment section. So I'll give you more explanation of your doubt. So now we'll move ahead for the next problem, that is Python program to find a pair of element in the given list. So suppose a certain element list is given 7, 2, 4, 6, 5, 3, 1, and now here we have to find out a certain pair of element which is nothing but the sum of the element which is given. For example, sum is given 9. So we are looking for the two pair of element which give the sum is 9. 7 plus 2, sum is 9. Two pair of list is 5 and 4, sum is 9. Again there are 6 plus 3, sum is 9. these kind of pairs we have to find it out in the given list. Having sum is a mention value. So it may be 8, it may be 10, it may be anything. So we have to find out two pair of elements which will give the sum of this result. So this is the problem statement that we have to solve, that Python program to find a pair of elements in the given list. So first of all, I take one list. L1 is equal to certain element. Let's say 8, 7, 2, 5, 3, 1. Certain random element in the list. And what are the sum that I am looking is, let's say might be 7, 9, 8, any element that we will see afterwards. So I'll write a function that I want to find out pair of element. Pair of element in the list. So that is the L1, that list I am going to pass to the function. And first of all, we require the length of that list. So I am going to find out a length of list. Then the element which sum that I am looking. So I'll put a value of, let's say, sum of the element I am looking as a 9. So I want 9 sum of that two pair of element. So I'll iterate for every element, for element in range of till the last element. So n, nothing but a length of that list. Then I'll do one more for loop for j in range is started from second element, because the first loop will iterate for the first element 8, and again compare for the, okay, first I'll write and then I'll explain. That is element plus 1 comma n till the last element. And then if that L1 of element plus L1 of j is equal to sum, then we are going to print, that is list of, sorry, L1 of element and L1 of j. So I just explained this functionality. First of all, we write a function pair of element, calculate the length of that list. I want sum as a 9, so two pair of element having sum is 9. First loop is iterated for the first element of the list, that is 8. So 8 is been considered, and 8 will be considered for rest of the list by using second loop. So 7, 2, 5, 3, 9. So 8 plus 1 is 9, that has been considered. 8 plus 7 is not 9. 8 plus 2 is not 9, and so on. We'll get a one match 8, 1. So that result is going to be print. So once the function is complete, now I call the function that is pair of element, and I'll pass the parameter that is a list, and I just save the code and execute it. So I'll get the output of two pair of list, 1, 8 and 7, 2, which is nothing but the sum is 9. So that we have to print in this list. So if you go through the list, there is no any other pair that we can found. 1, 8 and 2, 7, the equal is sum 9. I hope you understand the solution of this problem. So still, if you have any doubt, you can write it in the comment section. I hope you like the content or I save your time. Please support the video by sharing with your friends. If you not subscribe my channel yet, then please do subscribe and press the notification bell icon to get the latest information. Thanks for watching this video.